Hi, this is Team 4 and we're going to be talking about net neutrality. So what is net neutrality? Internet companies, innovative startups, and millions of internet users depend on a common sense of principles that's called net neutrality that preserves everyone's right to communicate freely online. Net neutrality enables freedom of speech across multiple platforms. It enables an open internet. It gives you the opportunity for competition, innovation, free expression, and freedom of choice, and it should stay that way. Today's open internet ensures that both new and established services, whether offered by an established internet company like Google, a broadband provider, or a small startup, have the same ability to reach users on an equal playing field. There should be no discrimination over who's going to use what network and who's going to be asked to pay more. So the net neutrality principle did not originate, nor it is limited to the internet. Other networks that people use every day rely on this idea. For example, take the internet network grid. It does not matter what you plug into your electrical network grid. It does not matter what you plug into your electrical outlets at home. They all get access to the same electricity. This is the fundamental rule that's behind net neutrality, and it is that no discrimination exists between any devices that you plug into the internet network. They all work equally well. Some have argued that this idea has been around since the 1800s and the age of telegraphs. Simply put, net neutrality is a network design paradigm that argues for broadband network providers to be completely detached from what information is sent over the networks. In a sense, it argues that no bit of information should be prioritized over another. This principle implies that an information service network, such as the internet, is most efficient and is most useful to the public when it is less focused on a particular audience and instead attentive to multiple users. So now, what is the importance of net neutrality? So without net neutrality, the internet on itself is not going to exist. Net neutrality supports competitive marketplace and provides everyone, every small firm, a chance, or a big company to thrive in the society. The internet service providers who regulate the internet would not have a say in who gets access to what type of content. Net neutrality and social media.
Net neutrality has been in the news for weeks, but did anybody ask how it affects you? The FCC, that's the Federal Communications Commission, is deciding whether the internet should be a two-lane highway, and this would mean there is one lane for you and another faster lane for content providers, like Netflix and Hulu, who can pay more to broadband providers, like Comcast and Verizon, for an empty road. Netflix, for example, uses 30% of the internet's capacity. Think of them as a fleet of cars that are already crowding the road, so it might make sense for them to have their own lane by paying more to broadband providers like Comcast or Verizon. But a bunch of companies, like Amazon, eBay, Facebook, Google, Twitter, and Yahoo, are pushing back on the FCC. They want everyone to ride smoothly at equal speed to support economic growth and entrepreneurship. Net neutrality advocates say letting major companies pay and ride in their own lane for faster speeds creates disadvantages for people like you, who might want to start their own internet companies one day. They'll be stuck in the slow lane. It gives little incentive for broadband providers to supply good connections to everyone equally. So this is the big moment for the FCC, where they'll be deciding if there's a fast lane for everyone who could pay and a slow lane for everyone else.
Okay, so now what are the benefits of net neutrality? Due to the prevalence of net neutrality, equal attraction is enjoyed by all the websites, whether of it being an established website or it being a startup by a freelancer. Information available on the internet reaches to the masses without any monetary restriction, which is the main purpose of internet communication. The user does not have to choose a particular website on the basis of the usage charge. There's no censorship, which means that the internet, being the big bank of knowledge, should have free flow and knowledge to be accessed to everyone without any restriction. Any obstruction in the data flow through the internet could be an absolute disadvantage. Capitalism. When we talk about the illegal extraction of data from the internet, we should remember that the term illegal pops up when we restrict the relevant flow of information. So net neutrality supports a very good marketplace. The data flow through the internet is one of the prime reasons for the easy communication between different countries miles apart. This sort of interaction and communication paves the way for underdeveloped and the developing countries to know and understand the latest advancements and fasten to match their foot along with the rest of the world. Net neutrality has played a wide role in the development of the world at a much faster rate. Freedom of speech. It will also negatively affect the freedom of speech. In the absence of net neutrality, big companies could give priority to TV networks from videos it owns and slows down the signals from its peers. Less cost for customers. Customers are free from paying premium services.
The internet. Who doesn't love it? It can do many things. You can use it to learn or get medical advice, say hello, buy stuff, or even get directions. People all over the world use the internet. Engineers, business owners, politicians, advocates, students, teachers, don't forget scientists, also other people. They use the internet to talk amongst themselves, talk to each other, and do all sorts of other things. The internet is great. But without strong net neutrality rules, the open internet could become closed. In order to prevent that, all of those engineers, business owners, politicians, advocates, students, teachers, and other people need to tell policymakers in Washington to create strong net neutrality rules to protect an open internet. Because the internet belongs to everyone, and with everyone's support, it can stay open.
So, what are the disadvantages of net neutrality? ISPs, in addition to the governments, can decide what parts of the internet people can access and what parts are blocked. For an instance, ISPs could block peer-to-peer file transfers. Additionally, ISPs could serve and censor criticism against themselves, other companies, or any politicians in favor. Throttling. ISPs can decide what type of services have and prefer a very good transfer rate. For an instance, Google's Gmail could be fast while their competitors, Microsoft Hotmail, could be slower, depending on how much each company pays to the internet. Another common example would be a high data transfer, such as a peer-to-peer file transfer, or could be a slow transfer than a regular transfer, such as an email. Similar to the previous con, ISPs could block or prevent access to their competitors' products, services, or web pages. Thus, they have restriction against competition. ISPs could charge more money for more access to the internet. ISPs believe that heavier users of the internet should pay more, and this causes an insufficient bandwidth to a lot of the customers. There is no network innovation. Keep in mind that internet connection prices should be decreased when bandwidth increases. However, in many parts of the world, that is not a case. Net neutrality could literally monitor everything that customers do over the internet, or what they sell, or what they choose. Charging by the bit. Huge bandwidth demands and lesser funds would lead to charging by the bit to reoccupy their costs. Conclusion. The internet has grown at an exceptional pace since its inception in the early 1900s, and this extraordinary growth is largely due to the freedoms and protections that net neutrality offers. Groundbreaking ideas and novel products like YouTube, Google, eBay, and torrents have reached to where they are because of net neutrality. There are thousands of new online stores startups, and simple e-commerce sites that hope to be big every day. Net neutrality promises creative expression. It is true that many people fear government regulation of anything, and net neutrality legislation is no different. In this case, however, the presence of the telecom oligopolies have proved that the market will not only hurt customers but also demand the restriction. By allowing the telecos to pair with the internet, consumers will be forced to pay multiple times for the same service, and on top of that, tiering could result in telecos becoming an internet gatekeeper that could greatly influence on what stays and goes on the internet. There should no be There shouldn't be a need for anyone to pay a single penny to them. Worst of all is the misleading view that the free market will even out any inequities of their plans, when they should be clearly known that the industry is anything but a free market. If the internet is tired, the great losses will be to the customers. So support net neutrality. Thank you.